get nuts. Let's get nuts.
Alright, before I show you guys this final product, I do have to take you way back and catch you guys up to where this idea even came from and why I'm doing it in the first place. Chances are this is probably the first video you've ever seen on my channel. If it is, first of all, welcome. Just to quickly fill you guys in, I just make superhero content via VR chat currently in the fits of short films, fan trailers, movies, kind of all aspects when it comes to film. I try to dibble dabble, you know. And I'm currently in the process of working on the DC universe, and in my phase 1 storyline, I wanted to close it off right before my Justice League film ended off with a Batman trilogy. And we were working on Batman 3. When I was working on it, I knew I wanted to go with like a No Way Home style, and it instantly clicked. Chances are you are also not caught up with the story of my current Batman in my DCBU. The story, just to summarize it, Bruce Wayne becomes Batman after losing his parents, taking on Gotham's biggest threats, including the Joker, Clayface, and the Court of Owls, while also on the side building a team with Robin, Nightwing, and Commissioner Gordon. After defeating the Court, Gotham finally gets a moment of peace, but Joker, Harley Quinn, and Killer Croc are secretly building a new army and building their biggest scheme yet, their next threat, which leads us here. After in my Court of Owls film, our Jason Todd Robin was introduced to the big screens, I wanted to add another time skip where he is killed off by Joker. Now I know I'm probably going to get a lot of feedback and a lot of backlash for killing off Jason so quick, and it's just for the simple fact of things gotta get moving, and I didn't want to include so many Robins in the first place. I low-key F myself on that. For the simple fact, I knew that I wasn't going to be doing in-depth films for each individual Robin. I wasn't going to take too much time with each individual hero, as these are all going to be compact short films and short trailers. I wanted to give every Robin a chance to just be on the screen, if you know what I'm saying, instead of leaving a Robin out. So the person who was behind this murder was of course Joker, and this is of course all off screen, which I know, bummer, it's a big bummer. It would have been very crazy to make a short film on it, and believe me, I really did want to make a short film prequel to like explain what happens in the fan trailer, but I didn't get enough time to, and things happen. Now for the plot run, I knew I wanted to be a parody of No Way Home, which I thought would be fire specifically for my Batman, as my Batman the whole way through has been black suit the entire time. He's of course been upgrading his suits throughout his films, but he's always been had that black noir type of look, and I really wanted this film for him to be that breakout blue suit by the end of the film, learning from all the previous Batman and all the mistakes, and you just see a perfect Batman by the end of the film. I wanted this film also to show a lonely Batman. In the Courts of Owl film, the Courts of Owl did attack Bruce's loved ones, attacking Alfred, which left him in the hospital, unable to attend the Batcave and help Batman with his work. With 2 down, Jason Todd and Alfred, it just leaves Bruce Wayne all alone to watch over Gotham at the start of the film. For the main villain, I knew I had to pick someone crazy for this, and I had to really dig in the cards. It wasn't really too hard for this because I haven't really used many like OP Batman villains. Not really say, I want to say OP, but I haven't used really like more of the A S tier Batman villains, if you know what I mean, the more supernatural. And after a long thought and consideration, I knew that Ra's al Ghul was the perfect pick for this. I took inspiration from 2022, I believe 2023 crossover. It was like a 2023 crossover storyline event. It was through Batman and Robin. I believe it was the fourth one. Don't mark me on that, but it was the fourth one where the Lazarus Pit supposedly like breaks reality. Now I didn't read the whole comic run, but I did like read up on that just before I did go with the whole reality breaking thing with the Lazarus Pit. I had to make sure like that thing actually happened, and I was right. I knew I was right with some degree. After picking Ra's al Ghul in the Lazarus Pit, I just needed a motive for Ra's al Ghul, and I also needed ways to introduce new villains or old villains. I wanted to bring back a couple old face villains from like real life as we seen growing up. For example, Michael Keaton's Joker and Arnold's Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin. I also want to get one crazy pick, maybe that we haven't seen on the big screens. And I wanted to go with Man-Bat. I wanted him to specifically replace Sandman just for the size that he is, and just off his pure ability. I think it's a crazy pick. It's an amazing pick for Sandman. Now for the motive of Ra's al Ghul, I wanted his motive to be stoppable, but at the same time, if this happens, we're fucked, man. The whole Gotham's fucked. So I chose for his motive to be he wanted to resurrect the entire League of Assassins, all of the fallen. I wanted someone close to him to maybe fall for him to make this decision, but this leads him to try to resurrect everyone, which starts breaking reality and bringing a whole bunch of other villains from the big screen we've seen into our Gotham, which starts raising attention for Bruce, realizing these aren't his villains and he needs a little help. Alfred is not here anymore, and he also has just lost his Robin, so Batman really has to go out and find. Batman really needs someone intelligent for this job. And who's someone very intelligent who could help this guy? I haven't introduced this character yet into my DCBU, but I thought this was the perfect time to introduce a future Justice Leaguer and someone who's going to appear later in another film I had planned. The one and only Cyborg. I wanted him to help Bruce Wayne send these villains back to their Gotham, and in doing so, it screws up, of course, and they bring back Michael Keaton's Batman and Ben Affleck's Batman. I had a chance of bringing back Pattinson's, but he doesn't really have much to offer. He has one film. I mean, Ben Affleck, he has 0 films, but he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT Batman. Don't disagree with me on that. Don't disagree. There would of course be an explanation once they arrive from Bruce Wayne and Cyborg, what's going on, filling them in that they are not home and they need her help. They need their help bad. Once they realize that they recognize these villains and they realize this is Batman of this earth, they of course agree to help, and the 3 Batman team up and they stop Man-Bat, Mr. Freeze, Joker, and Ra's al Ghul alongside the League of Assassins. Whew. That story is crazy, man. That story would be crazy. On the side, I also have a building love interest of Catwoman, who was introduced at the end of Court of Owls as just a lingering thief. Not too crazy, not too known, and not fully in the Catwoman suit, as in this film she adopts more of that Catwoman suit for this one, just for the purpose of being a love interest. And the reason I picked Catwoman for the love interest instead of Talia al Ghul, I'll leave that reason for a different video. You'll just have to stay tuned. Thanking the VR chat goats who make avatars and maps, I was equipped with everything I needed to film this entire fan trailer in under 24 hours, in which props to you guys. Thank you again. If you guys want to see this final result of how I made this fan trailer, I recommend you guys click that link in the description down below and check it out for yourselves. I really had fun recording that video, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it too. I have a lot of video ideas cooking up in the back, and I can't wait for you guys to see them. Anyways though, catch you guys. Don't blink.